Okay, let's start with the plane here, the Cartesian plane, x and y, and we've got 2 points. We've got x1, y1, and x2, y2, and we want to know the equation of this. I'm going to get a bit tangled up here. We want to know what the equation of the line that joins them, or the equation of the line that goes through both of those points, because there's only one line that goes through both of the points. Well, we know that its equation is going to be something like this. It's going to be mx plus c, but we don't really know what m and c are here. So we need to think about that. Well, we know what m is. M is just y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Because if you draw the triangle that joins x2, y2 to x1, y1 like that, then that distance there, this distance here, is x2 minus x1. That's how far you've climbed in that, or gone in that direction. And how far have you gone up? Well, you've gone y2 minus y1 upwards. So the slope is the ratio of those two things. It's this distance divided by this distance. Okay, so we've got y equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is m, because it's this m here, times x, plus c, and we don't know what c is yet. Okay, so let's just think about what c is. Well, we know that when x equals x1, we know that y equals y1. Okay, we know that's the case. So can we use that information? We know that y1 equals, so at this, checking this, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 times x1 plus c. All I've done is taken this equation, which we know to be the case, and I've substituted x equals x1 and y equals y1 into it, with the aim of discovering what this c thing is here. So, well, there it is. So we know that c equals, we know all these things. There's just y's and y2, y1, x2, x1, and an x1 there. C equals y1 minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, x1. So now we can write out the full equation. We can go back to here. Remember when we wrote this down, we knew what m was, which is this thing in brackets here, this fraction in brackets here, plus c, and we didn't know what c was. And now we've got an extra piece of information that when x equals x1, y equals y1. And we've used that to find c, which is this thing here. So now I'm just going to write down that equation there again, but when it comes to writing c, I'm just going to put this thing in here and see what happens. Okay, so y equals, forgotten what it is, there it is, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, there it is, times x plus c, which is this thing here, y1 minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 times x1. Well, that looks like a bit of a nightmare, doesn't it? But we can simplify it. First of all, I'm going to take this y1 over the other side. So y minus y1 equals what we've got left. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 x minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 x1. All I've done is taken that term there and stick it here. This has gone over the other side. This is just that. And now I'll factorize it. Look, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 times x minus x1. There you go. So y minus y1 equals this term here. And in fact, I don't know about simplifying it even more, but I can take this term over onto the left hand side and divide by that one. So y minus y1 over x minus x1 equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is the slope. So that is the equation for our straight line. We've got lots and lots of different ways of thinking about it. This is the nicest one, I guess, the cutest one. But this is sort of hang on a minute, which one is the nicest one for mathematics? Let's have a look at this one here. What I'm going to do is to take this one here, this equation here, and rewrite it. I'm going to pinch that down a bit and just write it out again. Y equals y1 minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 x1, and I'm going to put that in brackets, plus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 times x. And so what we can see is that if you remember the standard form, we've got y equals mx plus c, and in this case we know what c is. C equals this mess here, which is y1 minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 x1, and m, because that's the constant term there, there's no x's in that, it's all x2s and x1s, and m equals the thing that you multiply x by, which is this thing here, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Sweet as. So we've got different forms for looking at the straight line that passes through points x. I'll write it out again. x1 comma x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this equation. I'm going to apply this equation to a given set of points, but I'm going to use this starred equation here because that's the neatest, cutest one. Okay, I'm going to use that one there. Okay, I'm going to stop there.